Everyone, so welcome back. I hope we're all doing really well. Today I have a bit of a casual video for you. I'm just going to be showing you some outfits, and they're all going to kind of be around the theme of not necessarily like recycled, but outfits that I already own, items that I already wear, things existing in my wardrobe. So I'm just going to be putting together 4 or 5 outfits for you, all made up of things that I already own. This is how I get dressed in the morning. This is, you know, what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I'm just going to run through some outfits like that for you. And also these are all going to be winter outfits. I don't know about you guys, but here in the UK it is absolutely Baltic. You may be laughing actually if you're from Canada or somewhere where this weather is practically summer for you, but for me it's freezing. So I'm going to be doing a lot of layering. I really love layering. It's kind of an essential at the moment, not just a style that I like. So yeah, these are all going to be hopefully very practical, warm, wearable winter outfits that I would just wear on a day-to-day basis. Because most of these are going to consist of a lot of layering, I'm just going to show you like the base outfit first, then throw on the rest of the things like outerwear, accessories, scarves, hats, things like that. So starting off, we've just gone for like a very simple, very me type outfit. We've got a little bit of a monotone going on here. I'm doing like the all white or beiges look, and this is one of my favorite things to wear. I love this color palette so much. This outfit is one you probably have already seen because I've been wearing it a lot. It's a good outfit. So I have on this sweater, which is from Uniqlo. I love the style of this because it's not what I'd call like a jumper. It's definitely more along the lines of a sweatshirt. So it's just this nice thick cotton, and it has like a little mock neck, which I think is cozy, keeps the warmth in. The sleeves and the whole look of it is quite oversized and baggy, so I've just tucked it in to give it a little bit more shape around here. I really like this whole kind of sporty, tracksuity vibe thing that's going on at the moment, so this totally falls into that category for me. And then I have a pair of white jeans. These are my absolute staples. I have a couple of different pairs of white, off-white jeans, as you guys probably know. These I think though are my favorites and the ones I always gravitate back towards. So these are from Weekday. They're the Row jeans, and they're just the perfect like high-waisted, straight vintage style, slightly flared out at the ankles type jean. They definitely are just a straight jean, but they have a little bit more give towards the bottom, which I really like. They're super comfortable. They don't have any stretch to them. They're just like a nice stiff cotton. I have a lot of love for these, and in particular Weekday jeans I think are just great. So I've paired these with some comfy shoes. I have become such a comfy shoe girl. Just don't talk to me about heels. I want to wear something flat. These are my Vias. One day I will learn how to pronounce that word, but today is not that day. These are great. They're kind of very like plimsoll-esque, but they're actually leather. They are actually a great brand sustainable wise. They really think a lot about their sourcing and the manufacturing methods and things like that. So if you're wanting to find a really good pair of trainers with some good ethics behind them, this is a great brand. I really like these a lot because they're just sort of like monotone. Again, there's a little bit of a beige moment going on the ankle there, but the rest of them are pretty much all white. And then I have a pair of socks on as well. These are the ankle socks from Muji, which I don't think they make anymore, which is such a shame because they are amazing. They're just the perfect ankle height. And I think socks, obviously in winter, are a bit of an essential, but especially with shoes like this, these type of plimsoll style lower trainers, I think they look so much better with a pair of ankle socks. So I have those on. So then adding some extra layers and accessories to this, I've just got a little puffer jacket on, and this hat actually to begin with. This is my beanie hat from Ganni, which I love. Not only is it super cute, it's also very warm and toasty. It keeps my ears really like tucked in. I have the label here at the front, which I talked about a little bit before. I think it's supposed to go on the side. I quite like it just smack bang there in the middle. So I have the hat on, and then I've got this really like chunky, cozy puffer jacket on. This is from Chop Shop, and I've actually had it for quite a while, but really only been able to start wearing it quite recently because it's so thick and padded and just warm. So already right now I'm absolutely sweltering in this being indoors, but it's great because it's actually it's not only quilted, but it's like a corduroy, so it's really soft. It feels quite velvety. It's quite a cute little detail to have, and I really like that finish, and it is just super chunky. So really nice if you're kind of more into the short jackets and nothing too long. Something like a puffer jacket or something really padded, I think, is the best way to go in winter. And then last of all, I have this bag on, which is from Everlane. This is called the Form bag. And it's just a great like carry-all hold-all. It's not huge, but inside is absolutely massive. You can fit everything in here. I quite like the way the crossbody goes and just sort of breaks up everything going on here. Also, it sits quite high. You can adjust the straps, but I like it to be quite high here up on my hip. And I think that looks cool. And yeah, I just really like this all sort of beigey, off-white tone look. A lot of people do say that they worry with these all white outfits that they don't have the exact same shade in every different item, and I think that's actually a good thing. So when everything is just a slightly different color, like this jumper is a little bit more yellowy, this is a bit more of a beige, and the jeans are a bit more white, I think that's actually better because it all just kind of blends together with a little bit of a difference of tone. I think if everything was exactly the same shade, it wouldn't quite work. So that is outfit number one. So if you're watching now and worry that this is going to be another all white, all beige outfit video, do not fear, we have some colour here in the form of blue jeans. It's been a little while since I've really worn blue jeans. I mentioned this on my Instagram actually, and a couple of you said that you missed seeing me in them, or you missed the looks that I did with them. So here we go. I have quite a few different pairs of blue jeans to choose from, but I went for these, which are from H&M. They're actually very similar to the Weekday Row jeans in that they're kind of like high-waisted, they're a straight leg. These ones though go a little bit longer. They're kind of a bit more vintage to me, I'd say. They do go kind of almost right past the ankle, so sometimes I find it hard to pair these with shoes, but I have on my high top black Converse, which I think work really well with them actually. These are probably the newest addition to my wardrobe in this whole video. I did get them kind of recently, but I'm so glad that I did. I have the white high tops, which I wear all the time, and I actually have them in the leather, so I kind of immediately knew I wanted to get the black ones in the leather too, which is what these are. They basically look exactly the same as the normal canvas ones, but let me tell you, these are so much easier to keep clean. They're literally like wiped down. It is life-changing. I've just got a very simple jumper on. This is from Everlane. I really like this. It's kind of like a charcoal grey, but it almost looks black. Very fuzzy, very warm and cozy. And I think going for something more neutral on top is the way that I can kind of work these different colour pair of denim jeans into my outfits. Also, I have on a little t-shirt under here. This is a crew neck. I'm gonna say it's from Arket. I just grabbed one of my large pile of white crew necks. This one's a little bit thinner actually, but it's good for layering. I always like to have some sort of little t-shirt popping through when I'm wearing jumpers like this, just to sort of break it up a little bit. I think sometimes it can be a bit harsh when you're just wearing a dark jumper. So that I have underneath also adds a nice layer of warmth. So I also feel like when I wear blue jeans, a lot of the time I also want to pair them with something grey. So I've gone for a big chunky grey scarf. This is from ASOS. It's just one of their ASOS own. They do this in about 1,000 different colours. But I have the grey one. I've kind of just got that loosely draped around my back, which I think is my favourite way to wear a scarf. It's very chic looking. Maybe not the best in windy weather because it will just blow absolutely everywhere around your face. I've got that on with my Zara black coat, of course, my Wonder coat. Probably the best winter investment that I have ever made. It's just such a great coat. I actually was looking for the link for it a few days ago, and I think it's still on sale. It's still on the site. I think it was even reduced when I looked at it, so that I'm surprised by, because I thought this would be one of the pieces that completely sold out in Zara, but turns out it's a hidden gem. I absolutely love it. I think it's the best black coat I've ever owned. Whenever I am looking for a really good investment coat, I always try and find something that is more long line. This one does come down quite long. It's almost like mid calf skimming. To me, there's just something about a long line coat that's way, way cooler than something that's maybe like a bit shorter or sort of a mid awkward length. I like these a lot. And then I've paired all of this with my Sophie Hiln bag, of course. I feel like a black bag was the right way to go with this outfit. I love again how the crossbody strap just cuts through, and this bag, she's such a beauty. It's so plain and simple and minimal, but really perfectly made and well structured. It's a great crossbody bag for every day. I absolutely adore it, and I honestly have worn it so much since I got it, and it's just such a shame that they're not making them anymore. It's very, very sad. So I'm glad I managed to get one of these while I could. So that is outfit number 2 for you guys. So I really couldn't film this video without doing some kind of all black outfit. I don't think there's anything easier to throw on or chicer to wear, especially in winter. Do you mind over there? Are you quite finished being the centre of attention again? Oh, hello. Anyway, yes, I don't think you can do much better than an all black outfit. So I just have something really simple here, but also really cozy and snug. I've got one of my favorite knits on. This is from Selected Femme. I've had this for a really long time, and it's such a great, like, big chunky turtleneck. The cut, the fit, everything about this is just on point. I always gravitate towards this, mainly because this turtleneck is so huge and it's really, really cozy. I also have like a little black vest top on underneath this just to add an extra layer. I think that's easy to do with something that's quite oversized like this. And then I have this jumper tucked into a pair of skinny jeans. Now, I'm not a skinny jeans girl by any stretch of the imagination. These are probably the only pair I've had and worn consistently for like the last maybe 3, 4, 5 years. It's been all about the straight leg jeans for so long, but sometimes I think it's nice, especially when you're wearing quite oversized pieces like this jumper, to go for something skinnier on the bottom. And these I could not recommend enough. They're from H&M. They're from their premium range, which I think is always worth checking out. And they're the premium shaping black skinny jeans. They're so flattering and so comfortable to wear. They're a very thin material, but they're not too stretchy, so they just kind of hug in all the right places, and I think they look great as far as skinny jeans go. So these are in like an ultra black, same to match the jumper, and because these are then quite straight and the jumper is oversized, I've kind of gone for something more chunky on the feet. These boots, I could write a love song about these boots. Do you like them too? I know, they're great, aren't they? Yes, they are. These are from Arket. Are you gonna get out of the way so I can film my boots? Thank you. They're from Arket, and they are just the biggest, like, chunky, stumpy boots. They are very, like, high up on the ankle, almost like a little bit of a Chelsea boot style with this elastic, and they have these big, round, exaggerated toes, which I actually really like. They're very, very lightweight. You wouldn't think it looking at them, but they feel like nothing to walk in. They're very comfortable too. I probably would have included these boots in every single outfit had I allowed myself to do that. So this I have on with my another storage jacket. I wanted to keep the all black theme going, but just break it up a little bit. So this has kind of like a faux shearling effect on the cuffs, and this big, really chunky hood. It's not really a hood, what would we call this? A collar, big chunky collar. This is actually my go-to for dog walking, this coat, because not only is it very, very warm, it's kind of like double lined and everything, it also has massive pockets. It's not cropped, but it's a little bit on the shorter side. And I kind of like that with the skinny jeans. I think having that shorter cropped jacket look works really well with them. And then for my handbag, I'm gonna pair this with my Celine Trio bag. I probably don't get as much wear out of this as I should, despite it being such a great bag. It's definitely one for like a great hold all. You can fit laptops, chargers, books, cameras, just about everything you want inside it. And it's very chic as well. I think it's quite a cool, like, working bag. I tend to take this into the city with me quite a bit. Unfortunately, once again, my luck with handbags applies to this one too, because they no longer make it anymore. I think it was discontinued a couple of years ago. So I actually found this in Bicester. I got it at Bicester Village in an outlet store. I think they are still very readily available in places like the SCA and Depop, selling secondhand, which is a good thing. I think buying secondhand is great for anything from designer bags up into just, you know, regular high street clothes. So this is another one I'll have to cherish forever, because it just doesn't really exist anymore, but I like the kind of top handle look of this and how I'm holding it instead of having it crossbody. I think this jacket is just a little bit too chunky to be working with a crossbody bag, so this is kind of more of a smart option, I'd say. I think the all black color definitely does that. So that's outfit number 3. Actually looking at this now, this is probably one of my favorites. So for outfit number 4, I knew I wanted to do something with joggers. I honestly wear joggers about 50% of the time whenever I'm leaving the house. They're just the most comfortable thing. Once you kind of start wearing them, you can't really go back. These ones are a pair from Topshop, and they are in particular just amazing. They're kind of like a 90s style jogger. They've got elasticated cuffs at the bottom and here at the top as well, and then some pockets too, and I just love them. I think they're the best joggers I've ever come across. So there are so many different and cool ways to wear these. I particularly like just wearing like a sweatshirt and joggers and then like a big long coat over the top and maybe a scarf. I thought I'd do something a little bit different though, try and push myself out of my comfort zone a bit. So I have a shirt on here. This is a big oversized boyfriend shirt from Arket. I get a lot of wear out of this all the time because not only is it great just to have a nice crisp white shirt, they're also great for layering too. So I have this on underneath a Topshop knit. I've had this, it's probably one of the oldest things in my wardrobe if I'm honest, and I still pull it out all the time, especially around winter, autumn, and you know what, I've washed this hundreds of times and it's still in great condition, which I think goes to show that you really can shop on the high street and still have pieces, if you take care of them, that last you forever and ever. So this is one of my favorites just because of the length of it. I like the details on the sleeves. It's got drop sleeve as well. Just a really great cream knit. So it looks particularly great layered over things that just poke out at the bottom a little bit like this shirt does. And then with these, I just have one pair of Adidas trainers. These are my go-to shoes whenever I wear a pair of joggers. They just seem to fit the vibe. They're very like Balenciaga inspired, very highly inspired by those, but I think that just works, the whole chunkiness of them. Again, they're a bit like the black Arket boots where they're just chunkier and rounder at the toe, and then they have these great like big thick heels. I've never loved and worn a pair of trainers as much as I have done with these. They are my go-tos for everything, and I love the way they look. So glad the chunkied out trainer trend came about. I think this whole look definitely translates a lot better once I have this jacket on top. I really love this. It's actually a shacket, which is like a shirt jacket, so it kind of fits in with the whole having a shirt underneath. These are great. They're so wearable. There's literally no outfit I can't put this over and it doesn't work. This one in particular is from Stradivarius on ASOS. It's like a very neutral stony beige color, which again I think is great because it goes with everything. The key with getting these right is to make sure you have an oversized one. So I think I went a size or 2 sizes maybe even up with this, just so that it has that like big baggy stolen my boyfriend's shirt kind of look. That just makes it work so much better. Particularly with these joggers too, I do usually find myself reaching for this jacket. They're kind of along the same lines color-wise, and I like everything about that, of course. It's another beige outfit, what's not to love? So with this, I actually have on an oldie but a very, very goodie. This is my Gucci Dionysus bag. This is actually, fun fact, the very first designer bag I ever purchased. The very first big one. So at the time this was incredibly trend led. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. Everybody had these in various different colors and patterns, and I just went for the plain neutral brown one, and I still love it. It's still one of my most loved and most reachable bags in my whole collection, which I think just goes to show that you can buy something that at the time is very popular and actually very specific. I mean, with like the logo print here and the buckle and the silver hardware, but still love it years and years on. And I loved it then and I love it now. So I'm so glad I still have this. I really think having like this Gucci bag as well works with the whole sports luxe vibe. Who would have known back in the day when I was, you know, wearing all sorts of multicolored bright things that I would come to love neutrals the most, and this bag would fit in perfectly with that. One last thing as well with this outfit, which is almost an essential when wearing joggers, is a vintage inspired pair of sunglasses. Don't ask me why, it just works. This is my look. I know a lot of you ridicule me for wearing sunglasses in winter, but The sun still comes out. It's very bright. It's blinding. I need the protection. These are not actually vintage. They're from ASOS, but they're very much, like I said, vintage inspired. They've got a big thick rim here, which I love. And they're a bit more rectangular, squared sort of shape in a tortoiseshell. I think they're great, 10 out of 10. So that is outfit number 4, the comfiest outfit we have done yet. So we're on to the 5th outfit. This one may be slightly more controversial than the others, and I've actually gone for a pair of trousers now because I felt like this was becoming very much 5 ways to style jeans, so we've got something different instead. These trousers, I have to say, are just amazing. They're from Arket. They're like a wool-based trouser with this high waist and this little paper bag detail going on here. I like this a lot because I think it always detracts from this area, which let's just say is usually where my food baby lives. So I think it does a really good job of having some extra detail around there. These are actually a wide leg pair of trousers, but I have them tucked into these boots. I had to bring the boots back for another outfit just because I think they're so versatile. There's so many different ways to wear them. So I've tucked in the trouser legs to these. I think it makes it really easy with these very form-fitting, like slim ankles, which is another thing that I really love about these boots. And I don't know, it kind of gives me like a cargo pants style, something a little bit military chic. But yeah, I really love the color of these two. They're like a taupey brown, and I've just gone for a very simple black jumper with this outfit. This one is from Zara. I've also got like a black t-shirt somewhere underneath here. There we go. This one is a bit more high necked, so you can't really see that popping out. But it's a really nice oversized, just like standard knit, and I've just tucked them into the trousers because I kind of wanted to make these the focal point. Obviously these are like the statement part of this outfit. I just really like this. I think it's so simple, but even just these 3 pieces on their own is doing it for me, very much so. So on top of this, I'm actually going to go for a blazer, and this is potentially where it gets slightly more controversial because not only do I have a blazer, I have a little jumper tucked over the top of it, which I know is not everybody's favorite. For me, it's great because you get an extra layer that you're just carrying around with you, and it pretty much acts like a scarf. This little knit is from Everlane. It's just a very thin cashmere cream knit. But this blazer I think is so great. It's an oversized boyfriend style blazer from Arket. And I think oversized blazers are great in winter for layering because, you know, they have the space underneath them to really get thick jumpers and other various layers underneath. This one is in a black. I think a black blazer, if you have yet to add any blazers to your collection and you're kind of eyeing up like checked ones or patterns, even like a lighter cream one, I think start with black. It is so essential. This, I could do a whole video just on this blazer of me wearing like 10 different outfits with it. Let me know if you want to see that. But it's a staple, it's a core piece in my wardrobe, and it's something I pull out all the time. So I wanted to stick to the black and brown theme, which are actually 2 colors that I really enjoyed together at the moment. So sticking as well to that color theme, I'm also going to go for my Acne Musubi bag with this. It's just a really gorgeous like lighter brown, so again it adds a little bit of color and it breaks some of this up too, so it's not all just 2 shades. But this is great. I love the structure of this. It's like an origami style bucket bag. It's got really thick straps as well. I could wear this crossbody, but I think I kind of like it just held like that. I know at this point I've literally said this about every single outfit, but I think this one may be my favorite. This is what I want to be wearing. This is what I want to go about my day-to-day life in right now. I'm probably just gonna leave it on and carry on as is. Now that I've tried it on, I do actually quite like this worn crossbody. Again, the Acne bag is one that sits quite high. You can adjust the straps, but I like to keep it quite high up, just like waist hip height. I think that's a bit cooler. The really chunky strap just cuts across and breaks all this up. Yeah, I quite like it like this as well. So guys, those are 5 winter outfits pulled straight from my wardrobe. I actually really enjoyed putting those together, and this is always my favorite format to sort of show you guys outfits in, so I hope you liked it too. Please leave me a comment down below with your favorite outfit from this video. So was it 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5? We've already established this, but I think for me it has to be this one, but I'm very intrigued to know what you guys like too, so leave me a number down below. And that is it for me today. I'm gonna make sure to link everything in the description box. I'll separate it all by outfit so you know what everything is. And yes, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys again soon in a new video. And that is all for me today. So, goodbye. And goodbye from this little distraction. Always, always annoying me the whole way through.